Doctors always tell us not to eat too much, but is it healthy to eat a lot less? A small but growing movement says yes, absolutely. Our Dr. Emily Sine is here to tell us about calorie-restricted diets,
That's right.
I've never heard of.
Very interesting. Pay attention, Hannah. You're going to learn something because again and again, research in animals like mice, dogs, monkeys, even cows has shown that when you carefully restrict calories, you increase lifespan. But will it work in humans? The people you'll meet in this story are counting on it.
He started doing calorie restriction.
Paul McLaughlin and Meredith Averill are members of the Calorie Restriction Society. Its motto, fewer calories, more life.
Calorie restriction is taking in fewer calories than the body needs or thinks it needs.
The government or most physicians would recommend about 2,000 calories a day for you.
That's right.
And how many calories a day do you actually eat?
About 1,600.
Not about weight loss. It's about being as healthy as you possibly can.
Staying healthy longer, slowing the aging process. At 59 and 61, they say they feel years younger.
You begin to feel stronger. Your memory may get sharper. I can never, ever remember having this much energy before.
Restricting calories in laboratory animals has been shown to affect cell behavior that may be involved in age-related illnesses like Alzheimer's, heart disease, and cancer. What's more, it's been shown to increase lifespan. Mice live 30% longer than usual on calorie restriction diets. But dietitian Elisa Zaid says calorie restriction is too severe and that the animal research cannot easily be translated to human health.
We have no clinical data in humans that supports calorie restriction to have all these benefits. So I think people really need to read between the lines, and I don't think in our lifetime we're ever going to really see that calorie restriction is the fountain of youth.
What is calorie restriction?
Still, it's the laboratory findings that motivate people like Dr. Steve Bell to attend this workshop in Westchester, New York, sponsored by the Calorie Restriction Society.
So I practice functional integrated medicine, where lifestyle is the keynote component. And I think there's a lot of research in the anti-aging literature about calorie restriction as being a way to extend life.
So broccoli is an example of the free food.
For many people, calorie restriction doesn't necessarily mean choice restriction.
I actually increased my intake of red meats.
I don't eat any junk food.
I don't eat any sort of grain.
But calorie restrictors are very careful to control nutrients, vitamins, and minerals. Lunch with Paul and Meredith is very carefully chosen.
I'm going to have what you guys are having. Okay.
A typical meal includes fresh vegetables, vegetable broth, and barley.
Good.
Good.
Excellent. It's delicious. Yes.
Good.
They also prefer to spend time away from food to give themselves a long fast.
So what are you having for dinner?
We're having a walk.
So this is
the last meal of our day.
Skipping meals is just setting you up for dietary disaster. You're basically not giving your body the energy it needs. And you need to give your body fuel every few hours to sustain your metabolism.
But Paul and Meredith stress less calories maximizes fuel to slow down aging and may be the key to happiness.
Do you hope to live longer with calorie restriction?
Maybe we will, and that'll be wonderful. The good news, what matters more to me, is that right now life is better.
Paul and Meredith work very closely with their doctor to make sure that they remain healthy, and they are very careful not to go below the government recommended guidelines for weight. They're also involved in a long-term clinical trial about calorie restriction, and they are writing a book which they plan to come out with next year.
So interesting.
It's very interesting.
I'm sure the advocates of this really want to make a distinction between what they're doing and, say, what an anorexic does.
Yeah, these are very different issues, totally not related at all. Calorie restrictors are not about losing weight. They're not about harming themselves. They're all about getting as much nutrition as they can into a reduced calorie diet.
It's fascinating.
Interesting.
Great story. Thanks, Emily.